The largest single quarried stone in the world was cut with laser-like precision by an ancient culture. Mainstream history has no good explanation. So what is a good explanation? Sup, freaks? Paul Daniel here, your awkward software engineer, and this is NeonFreak Byte, where we tackle the topics that shake your reality. Because if ancient cultures were moving around 100-ton blocks like Legos, either our knowledge of physics or history is dead wrong. Today, we're diving into the ancient apocalypse hypothesis. Is there proof of a global super civilization capable of impossible engineering that was wiped out by a cataclysm 12,000 years ago? You're in the right place if that intrigues you, so if you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe, alright? Let's get weird and bite this! An experienced civil engineer stands in a massive subterranean tunnel in Egypt, a place called the Serapeum of Saqqara. She runs her hand over the surface of a colossal granite box. The box is one of 25, each weighing around 100 tons, including its lid, carved from a single piece of granite. Her modern instruments confirm the surface is perfectly flat, to within a few microns. The corners are perfect 90-degree angles. She knows the tools and logistics required to create just one of these today would involve massive industrial cranes and computer-guided cutting machines. The official story is that these were made over 2,000 years ago with copper chisels and stone pounders to bury sacred bulls. She looks at the impossible precision, the massive weight, the baffling supposed purpose, and the engineer in her knows with absolute certainty that the official story is a fantasy. She's not looking at a primitive tomb, she's looking at a piece of lost, high-end technology she cannot explain. That engineer's feeling of utter bewilderment is what this episode is all about. We are not talking about just big, impressive temples. We are talking about specific, impossible feats of ancient engineering that defy conventional explanation. Let's look at the case files. Exhibit A, Baalbek, Lebanon. Here you'll find a set of 3 stones, a foundational wall that is made of the largest ones on the planet, each weighing around 800 tons. They were quarried, transported over a mile, and lifted into place with baffling precision. Nearby is an even larger stone. It's called the Stone of the Pregnant Woman, estimated at over 1,200 tons. Exhibit B, the walls of Sacsayhuamán in Peru. Massive, irregular stones, some over 100 tons, fit together without mortar so perfectly that you can't slide a razor blade between them. It looks less like chiseling and more like the stones were softened like clay and molded into place. Exhibit C, the Serapeum box, as we just mentioned. Those aren't just impressive monuments. Proponents of the ancient apocalypse theory see them as undeniable fingerprints of a lost science, a technology that could manipulate massive objects with ease. They ask a simple question. Are we looking at the work of 3 different primitive cultures who all miraculously invented and then lost an impossible form of engineering? Or are these the scattered remnants of a single global high-tech civilization? So, if this advanced civilization existed, what happened to it? Why did it vanish so completely? The theory proposes a single cataclysmic event, the Younger Dryas Impact. Around 12,800 years ago, our planet, which was emerging from the Ice Age, was suddenly plunged back into deep freeze conditions, accompanied by evidence of continent-spanning mega floods. The mainstream explanation has been a complex mix of meltwater currents and other climate factors, but the apocalypse hypothesis points to a different culprit: a fragmented comet slamming into the North American ice sheet. Evidence for this includes a black matte layer found in geology across the globe containing high concentrations of iridium, microscopic nanodiamonds, and other extraterrestrial impact markers, all dated to that exact time period. So this wasn't just a bad winter, this was the sky falling down. It was a planetary extinction level event, Proponents argue this impact and the resulting global floods and climate chaos are the murder weapon that wiped this advanced civilization from the face of the earth, leaving behind only scattered ruins and traumatized myths. This leads to the most controversial part of the theory. If this happened, why isn't it accepted history? Proponents call it the amnesia, the story of a great cataclysm passed down through myths of floods, fires, and darkness from nearly every ancient culture on the earth. But they also point fingers at what they call the archaeological establishment. Are there massive cover-ups? Are mainstream historians and archaeologists deliberately ignoring evidence that contradicts their cherished timelines? Or is it simply the slow, cautious nature of science, demanding extraordinary proof for extraordinary claims? This creates a powerful dilemma for us. The evidence for a cataclysm is strong. The anomalous ancient sites are real. So you have to decide, are these just disconnected mysteries that will eventually be explained by conventional models? Or are we as a species suffering from a profound case of global amnesia, stubbornly ignoring the story of a lost, more advanced version of ourselves and the apocalyptic warning their extinction represents? If this lost civilization was global, what kind of technology did they have? Proponents speculate on everything from advanced maritime abilities and lost forms of energy to a sophisticated understanding of acoustics and consciousness. Could we be rediscovering technologies that they mastered millennia ago? Many ancient maps, like the Piri-Reis map, appear to show coastlines like Antarctica free of ice, with an accuracy that shouldn't have been possible for their time. Are these flukes? Or are they copies of a much older source map from a lost civilization with global surveying capabilities? The alignments of many ancient sites like the Giza pyramids to Orion's belt are not just precise for their time, but seem to encode specific dates thousands of years in the past. Are these sites not just tombs or temples, but giant astronomical clocks designed to carry a message across eons about a specific catastrophic time in Earth's history? If survivors of this apocalypse did pass on their knowledge, could it be the source of the sudden rise of civilizations like ancient Egypt and Sumeria? Were the gods who taught humanity agriculture and law not deities, but traumatized survivors from a more advanced fallen world? So yeah, the idea that our entire civilization might just be a reboot built on the ashes of a forgotten, more advanced world that was wiped out by a cosmic catastrophe is pretty freaky. What do you think caused the fall of this potential lost civilization? A cosmic cataclysm? Or did they have their own self-inflicted problems and the comet just finished the job? Tell me in the comments. I promise I'll respond to as many of you as I can. Want more Neon? More of me? Please hit like and subscribe to the channel. I need you. Yes, you. Come join me in the Freak Show. Next time, we're taking a bite out of the unsettled child phenomenon. Yeah. So, brace yourself, stay curious, and always remember, you're a fucking freak. And in my mind, that's the best thing to be.